we are. Let's switch over to the lathe cam. You know, I'm really loving those lights that I bought on Amazon that have a very high CIR index, and that stands for color image rendering, I think. Oh, heck, I forgot already. But it's the light. They do something with the lighting. It's CIR. Oh no, CRI. Color Rendering Index, CRI. And the light provided actually looks like, or on that blank, that's what that blank looks like. So you know how we used to have the off colors kind of thing? Now we don't have that now. I absolutely love that it actually looks like what it's supposed to look like. Let's see. We got Cindy Bennett in the house. Hello, Cindy. Hope you're doing well. Larry is in the house. Larry, hope it's not too hot down there in Louisiana right now. Or, yeah, I think you're in Louisiana. That's right. And Stacy I is in the house. Hello, Stacy Ittersagen. Hope you are well. And we got Sandy Black all the way from the UK. Man, it's nighttime over there. It's like, let's see, it's 6 o'clock here. What is it, probably midnight? Woo, you're up late, Sandy. Hope all is well over there in the UK. Let's see. Let me go to World Time, buddy. London. Let's see. Right now, Oklahoma City, it is 6 p.m. It is Saturday in London. Happy Saturday, Sandy. So, Tim, I picked the stuff to make abrasive paste and friction polish. What would that stuff be, Larry? Mississippi. That's right. That's right. Mississippi. And hello, Stacy Hardy. Hope you're doing well. Got rolling a couple of minutes early just to pop on here. And as we get rolling, we got a couple of fun things to talk about very shortly. We're not going to talk very long about that. But let me just go find this website here, or the YouTube channel. It is Roseknit 39. I'm going to put a link in there. I got it's one word. Roseknit. Rose KNIT 39. And that will bring up her channel. There we go. Let's see. She has a growing channel. She just did a video where she unboxed the tray. And let me see. I'm going to go grab her channel here. Here is the channel and the actual video where she unboxed it. It's always fun to watch people unbox the stuff you make. It's a little bit of a rush. Let's see. 12 midnight. Yep. Let's see. Picked up the friction stuff. Stacy, Sandy. Something and denatured alcohol. Yeah, denatured alcohol is good. But what is the friction stuff you got to make abrasive paste out of? So there is a link there, and that goes to, let me go share here. This goes to Roseknit 39. And what's funny is I didn't even know she had a YouTube channel, but here it is. And you can see our Leopard Leatherworks kind of thing there, little stickers Carrie puts all over the boxes and inside the boxes. And so you can plaster them all over your car and your refrigerator and all that good stuff. But she does an unboxing of a tray we made for her. Didn't know we had a channel, but didn't know she had a channel, but I invite you to pop over there and get her rolling. She's got 723 subscribers, so she's growing. I just thought she was just a regular customer with no channels, but it was fun to watch her unbox that. So check her out, show her some love. You know, she's just one of the pile. Hey, Joe, you're late for a very important date. You're late. I could not find diatomaceous earth. You know where you find that, Larry? You find that at your garden center, either Lowe's, Home Depot, Walmart. It's in the garden section. Diatomaceous earth is the stuff that it's really just crushed up seashells, and you can put that around your tomato plants, and it kills all of the earthworms, cuts them all up and stuff like that. Good stuff. And it's also what dynamite is made out of, diatomaceous earth. So yeah, check that, Larry. Any local garden center will have that for sure. There's a number of ladies, some lady taught me that back, I can't remember how long ago, 20 years ago, when I was a master gardener. And she was teaching me how to get rid of some of the pests in the garden or even flowered pots, plants that she was growing in the house. And she used diatomaceous earth because, there you go. Yeah, Joe, it cuts them all up. Diatomaceous earth doesn't hurt you and me, but it's very sharp to little things, little people. Yeah, Joe got hers at Walmart. Absolutely. Yeah, it's in the garden section. But yep, stops the ant problem. Yeah, they crawl all over it and get cut up. It's really weird, but it works. It works. Carrie says that pen is a Mrs. Butter D blank by DPP Underwater Train. And RoseNet39 is also participating in that Be a Little Artsy with Mrs. Butter D event Carrie's running, which is almost over. It's only got a couple of weeks left. Been a fun event, and everybody's really having a great time in there. Let's see what else we got. So RoseNet39, fun little channel, does some unboxings. Didn't watch much else yet, but I'll review some of other videos. But it's fun to see. We made a tray for her, and she unboxes the tray. Of course, she has the Mrs. Butter D pen too. But anyway, fun stuff. Fun stuff. We're going to have a very productive weekend. Really productive. I'm feeling great. Of course, last time I said that, I popped some kidney stones right after the live on Friday night. That's not going to happen tonight because I got plenty of drugs. Plenty of drugs. You found you a source for some cedar boards close to you. That's good. Should be a lot of cedar boards. I mean, they're pretty common. But yeah, we're gonna be doing some stuff tomorrow. Got trays to make. I got to figure out Cindy's tray. It's going to be a real challenge and a lot of fun. And I'll overthink the heck out of that thing before I finally make it. But once I make it, it'll come out just fine and I'll be happy and all that stuff. But I'll overthink it as I'm going into it because, I don't want to screw up Cindy's tray. She's got a picture in her mind of what this thing will sort of look like. Not exactly. So I want to make that come true. That'll be fun. Super, super fun. Okay, let's make this square thing round. Blower on. Tighten it up. Super high speed. Here we go. Yep, these are all Carrie's blanks, Kerry. Hello, Raccoon Eyes. I got Stacy's to make too. I got lots of trays. Yeah, I got trays to make and I have Cindy's to make. But most of the Leap has voted for a tray this time again. And there's some pretty exciting trays that we're going to be whooping up, which is really challenging. By the way, I get all the Stacy's mixed up. Which Stacy wanted the blue things? It had the color cube from that girl, Sarah. I actually found the coolest glitter slant little acrylic pieces to put in the tray that's going to look wild. This is going to be a crazy tray. I ordered it. It'll be here tomorrow morning. And Stacy, everybody's going to want one of those trays. Everybody. It is going to look so wild. There's this thing called the Color Cube by Sarah Renee Clark. And there was a card in there that had what Stacy wanted as a sample for a tray. Now, I won't be able to make it exactly like that, but it's going to resemble it. and it's going to be wild. All right, nice and round. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, you know what's funny is those trays are becoming popular. We only did I don't know, a few of them up until about a month ago, and now we've done about a dozen of them. Okay, this one here, this is for Miss Carrie, Kerry, and she's going to get a rounded. Okay, this one here, this is the cranberry mauve blank, and it is pointy baseball bat and a .66, quite a thick grip. And the cool thing is all of these are by Diamond Pen Pals, DPP, blanks by DPP, and they are thicker. They're bigger than your typical blank. Yeah, Stacy, I got that. I'm telling you, Stacy, wait till you see this. It's going to be wild. I may even, while I'm creating the different layers, I may go live in sort of a private live for all the members of the YouTube channel. Not just the Leap, but the live too. So we'll have a lot of little videos over the weekend. And you'll be able to see them even if you're not there to see them live. Okay, pointy baseball bat. We got to start back here. But I'm very excited for Stacy I's tray and Cindy's tray. And Stacy H has got a tray that her and Carrie have to pick out some Emma Casey colors. And Carrie is the color queen. So that's going to be pretty freaking awesome. But the trays are sort of fun. I can make layers. So I do a layer and I come back in an hour. Do another layer, come back in an hour. Do another layer, come back in an hour. And then I leave them sit for probably 8 hours before I take them out of the mold because I don't want them to move. I may have to order more of these molds just so I have more. Wow, that's all the way out to, what, 3/4 of an inch? Yeah, 0.78. Got a long way to go here. That's a 0.68. We're getting close. It'll be a 0.66. That should be it right there. By the way, Crafting with Shay is back making videos again. She's a wonderful lady. I love her playful silliness at times. It's fun to engage, to listen. She rambles on about some interesting things and then rambles on just about life. Kids, all that fun stuff. So what I'm looking at as I'm doing this is I want to make a continuation of the line down the blank and then through the point, and we'll leave this baseball bat in the middle. So it almost looks like you could move the baseball bat up and down. Can't really, but oh, looks like that. And then we just sort of trim from there. But yeah, Shay is live again. I hope she goes back to Sunday afternoon. We've done some things with her, had great partnership. She's a lovely lady. Met her first in some chicken joint. Carrie could tell me what that was. And then we had another dinner with her with Joe was there. Had a really great time. But I'm glad she's going back live. She probably just needed a break, man. Let me tell you. Let's see. I need to post a pic. I'm glad you guys can use resin to make blanks because I can't afford it, but I like to see what you guys feel. Absolutely, Larry. We need to do a little bit more of that. We're turning a lot, but I really enjoy making the blanks. It's fun to see how they come out. And quite frankly, I'm still learning that blank making process. Sometimes I make a blank and I'm thinking in the back of my head, wow, that really, or out loud, I'm saying, man, that really came out cool. That's pretty neat. And on the back of my head, I said, how the heck did I do that? I hope I can do that again. That's right, Cindy. Absolutely. Well, she's making videos again, and I'm glad. I am glad. She's a sweet lady. And man, when you got teenagers and kids in school and a husband traveling, and she's trying to run the household, keep things rolling, and keeping up with the diamond painting. The cool thing is she said she didn't stop diamond painting. So that's good because it is a wonderful craft. I was talking to this lady in Germany. She's one of the accountants in one of the clients I deal with. We were having a meeting about billing and stuff, and she said the other guy with knows I have this pen business, and she says, well, what are you doing with the pen business? Well, I make diamond painting pens. She goes, oh, I know what that is. My daughter does some of that. I'm like, well, that's crazy. Yeah, so check out Shay's new whipping chat. She's back, large and in charge. It's a little bit too big. Let's trim this down just a hair. Get that dialed in there. Very nice. Let's see what we got there. Stacy, I had great ideas. Oh, yes. Stacy H. Carrie to pick colors. Absolutely. Carrie's got the color wheel, I tell you. Let's see. Yeah, I really like the ones that look like different outer space. Yeah, those are pretty fun. Those are pretty fun. I agree, Larry. Those are, I'm telling you, sometimes they happen and I just go, wow, that looks pretty cool. I can't believe I did that. And then I think to myself, I well, hope I can do that again. And I guess after a while, if you make enough blanks, you eventually know what the heck you're doing, right? All right, so there's that pen there. Now we got to figure out it's artist choice for the middle. So, oh, this would be beautiful. Look at this pen. Woo! A little bit of glitter in there as well. There's some clarity in here. So when we shine this up, we're going to be able to see inside this blank. Absolutely gorgeous. Let's find the middle first. See if that inspires us for a design. I got 4 pens to do for her tonight. Let's see, this is a little over 5 inches long. So we'll call that about right there to the middle. Let me make sure that's the actual middle. 2 and a little over a half. 2 and a little over a half. Perfect. Yeah, Joe, this one's a pretty one. I'm telling you. I was finishing my day. I was scheduling some flights and stuff, and Carrie's like, hey, can you got time to make me a couple pens? One was for her. It was another e-painter pen as a model. And the other one was for a customer that her blank got lost somewhere from Troy to us 2 months ago. And I said, yeah, let me turn that real quick, get her out of here because she deserves her pen. So I did that on my miniature breaks from work. And the e-painter pen came out gorgeous. Hopefully Carrie will show you all. But it's one of those little heart pens, you know, that has all little hearts with different patterns. Pretty cool. All right, let's go with, see, with this pattern here, I really hate to cut that up too much. I want to get it flowing. This wouldn't be good for the, what do we call that one that had, what do you call it, the jewel, Joe? The jewel? Hey, Bella the Beast. How you doing? Hey, Crafting with Mary. Hey, I know who Mary is. How you doing, Mary? How's Bud? You guys doing good? All right, I think we're going to do a flying tire because I think there's some stuff right in the middle here that's going to stand out when you isolate it. And then this will look cool on either side in a slope. All right, here we go. Let's do it up. Mary, I'm dreaming of that hamburger up in Roscommon, Michigan. Man, that was good. I'm going to do a little twist on this one, too, that I've been doing to Carrie's pens. I did it twice, and it came out real cool. Bud has been home he hasn't been home or has been home? Has he been busy? I'm glad he's good. Yeah, Bud's a cool dude. Bud is a cool guy. He's got good toys and interesting stories, interesting talking. Him and Mary are like a couple of gloves. Perfect. And man, he knows a lot about photography. I have always wanted to know about that, and I buy equipment and stuff, and let me tell you, I don't know what I'm doing. All righty, here we go again. Yeah, the French onion soup was the bomb too, Mary. So, Joe, this burger had candied jalapenos with a chipotle. I have to go look up the menu again. Chipotle something barbecue sauce. The burger was delicious. Lettuce, tomato. I didn't get the fried pickles, but you might like that. On an absolutely fabulous brioche bun. And it was the bomb. Oh, man, that was so good. Okay, that was the thing I've been putting in Carrie's. It's this little dimple, like right in the middle of the tire. Let me see if I've got that thin enough. That might be pretty good right there. It's a pretty thick pen, actually. Looks pretty cool. All right, let's shine this baby up. It's gonna look good. But yeah, Joe, look up Fred's of Roscommon. Fred's. And they got a menu on there, and it is you could make this burger, and oh my goodness. You ask Mary, man, we went back. I go, I got to go get that burger again. Whoo! Candied jalapenos, a chipotle something barbecue sauce, the burger, the cheddar cheese, lettuce, tomato, beautiful brioche bun. I didn't eat much of the chips that came on the plate, and the fries were okay. But that burger, oh man, that was through the roof. That was through the roof. And the French onion soup was probably one of the best French onion soups I've ever had. And the interesting thing is, you know how when you get a French onion soup, it seems like the only reason for the crouton floating in the French onion soup is to keep the cheese from sinking into the soup. Well, they had breadcrumbs throughout the whole soup. So you had something to eat the whole way, not just pull down some liquid. And it was awesome. Mary had that twice in a row too. Yeah, it was good, man. Yeah, that's what I thought you meant, Mary. You hadn't been home. Dang. Yeah, we'll see you at GLE in a while. We're going to have a little pre-party at GLE down at some restaurant in town. We'll send you the details. So when everybody gets in there, it's sort of the night that it starts, and they have a karaoke night. I have to ask Carrie. I think it was Wednesday evening that we went, that everybody really arrives and gets going on this retreat up there in Archbold, Ohio. But we're going to have a little pre-party with some friends and stuff. And Mary and Bud are our new friends. And we'll have some other folks there too, people we met last year. We'll have Rebecca and Crafting and Crime. Bailey will be there. Joe, look for, it was called, gosh, Mary, what was that called? What was that called? Joe, look for one of the burgers. I think a Prime Burger or Lion Burger or something like that. But it's got the, just look for candied jalapenos. I think it was the only burger they had with candied jalapenos. Yeah, GLE will be fun. All right, this is the beginning of the gorgeousness of this one. So how you like this dimple in the middle here, Joe? I'll show that to you on on the leopard scope when we're all done. But I put this, I think, on one of her pens. I can't. You have to ask Carrie. Can't remember if I put it on an e-painter pen. I may have. She likes that dimple in the middle of that tire there. I can't read. I heard Crashly something about karaoke. I can't. Is she a singer? Crashly a singer? That'd be cool. By the way, Crafting with Mary, she's got a diamond painting channel. Scoot on over there, give her some love. Does her little thing over there on the diamond painting, and I don't know what other craft she does, but I saw the diamond painting stuff. I got to tell you, Mary, when Carrie and I were driving around Archbold, Ohio, and Wasion, Ohio, and Bryan, Ohio, all the little local towns there, I was just in love with that place. And I'm just thinking, man, I could live here. Picturesque cornfields, soy fields, beautiful barns. I mean, this was just picturesque farmland. And then I remembered, oh, crap, this is Northeast Ohio. It's going to be real cold here in the wintertime. And then I thought, well, I'll just come here in the summer and enjoy the beauty. Speaking of beauty, I'm heading to South Carolina next week. Going to spend about 2.5 days down there. All right, there's the first layer. Absolutely. We'll have to spread the love here. Yeah, lots of little gorgeous towns. Just, I can't see the C word. It might be Corn Town or Country Town. I'm not sure what that says. Fred's Tower Burger. That is the one. Fred's Tower Burger. Man, that was good. Joe, man, if you can do that, I'm heading to your place. Woo, that was a good burger. And Fred, I mean, not Fred, Bud, he had the wings. He said the wings, I think they were bone-in wings. He said they were off the hook. And what was funny is the second night we went there, Bud got the wings again, and they came out with too much sauce. He wanted them naked. So they took them back to the kitchen and they threw them in the deep fryer to cook all the barbecue sauce off, but it actually sort of cooked it on a little bit. He says it made it even better. So next time he goes, he'll ask for that. Yes, country towns, absolutely. Tim, you might be surprised, but I inspired someone else when they asked me where I found my patterns, my detailed patterns, LOL. I'm telling you, Larry, your dedication to scroll sawing will inspire people who really want to get up and get it going. Mine's all ready. I need a couple of minutes to sit over there and practice some more. But yeah, you inspired me. I got mine all fired up. It's all tuned up. I bought pieces for it. Got those glasses, those magnifiers. And those magnifiers have a 10x, 15x, 20x, 25x, and a 35x lens. And I thought that was way cool. You know what I got to figure out, Joe, next? I need to figure out how to make the middle of a pen look like a spool of thread. We had that request a couple times. It's in the back of my brain. I just don't know how to do it yet. So I have to play with that one day when I get an extra hour and can figure that one out. But I think it'll look neat when I'm done. I just got to figure out, it'd sort of be like a 3/4 full spool of thread, not a fully full. That way you give it some action. Absolutely, Larry. Absolutely. Everybody inspires somebody to do something. Remember, inspiration comes from outside of the person, such as you inspiring me, but motivation comes from the inside. And motivation usually leads from inspiration. So you inspired me and I got motivated and I broke it out, turned it on, figured out what wasn't working right after, I don't know, 4 years I've had that thing that I bought from that guy who was getting out of scroll sawing, and now it rolls. And I'll probably have to go through all those blades that he's, had purchased over the years. And I ordered some new ones, but I'll save the new ones for later. All right, this thing is going to look like the bomb, I'm telling you. I agree, Joe. I just got to figure out how to do it. I can see it in my mind, and I tried it once, and it didn't really come out like I wanted it to. So I'm like, okay, how am I going to do this? All right, let's check this one out there. First pass before we buff. Oh, that is freaking gorgeous. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You're going to have to see this under the scope. There's some super clear that you can see down into the middle of that pen. What a perfect turn for that one. That one sizzles. Dang. I'm telling you, man, this is the color is incredible. And I think it's called, what was it called again? It was called Cranberry Mauve, which, is very appropriate. Let me buff the center of this because it's still got some of that compounding, that buffing paste in there, but I'm going to get that out just so we can look at it underneath the microphone or microscope. All right, that was enough to do that. Let's check this out under the leopard scope. Let me get this over here. Carrie's already, I can see her starting to pick out the blues for Stacy's, or I should say, my take on Sarah Renee's Clark's color cube. Okay. Let's see. Where's my camera settings? Here we go. Let's get down to leopard scope. All right. It is on. So, Joe, there's what the middle looks like now. It's got that dimple in front of the tire. Makes it look pretty cool. And then look at this here. Let's see, where's that part you can see down in there? Must be on the other side. Just gorgeous. Man, live. Woo. Let's see. Well, I'm telling you, whoever got the mix on this and swirled this, DPP, of course, right there. Look at that, Joe. You can look down inside that thing. See how you can see down inside it? I love that. Everybody knows I love the three-dimensionality of some of these blanks. That really gives depth to the pattern because you know it's just not surface. It goes inside there. Yeah, it's cool. That is a lovely blank. Good job, Renee and the DPP crowd. Okay, this one here. Oh, this one has some of that lace in it, or that netting. Let's see. This is a purple, gray, white tulle. Oh, it's tulle in there. Tulle. And ghost glitter. Fat bat. This is going to be a fat bat. It's going to be a fat baseball bat. Yeah, Joe. That barbecue sauce and those candied jalapenos were just perfect. Let's see. Tim, one thing you might think about is Scroll Saw Woodworks and Crafts. I'm thinking about getting it back. Is that a magazine, Larry? Scroll Saw. I saw a Scroll Saw magazine at the store. I didn't grab it, but since I got a flight coming up, I may snatch that this weekend. Let's see. Go ahead and mail that one to me. You betcha, Larry. I'll put it right in the mail to you, and you can arm wrestle Carrie for it. Kerry, not my Carrie. Wow, all that sparkle. Yes, ma'am, Mary. That thing is just the bomb. It looks like a geode. Yeah, isn't that cool, Stacy? Yeah, it's nice. It is too cool. Okay, let's make this sucker round here. Full speed, blower on. Let's get the tools out and make something happen. Uh-oh, she's in the house. Watch out. Oh, good job. Good job, Bear. I'm too poor to pay attention. My screen here. Way behind. There we go. Let's see. Tim, I had a small piece of flooring from an antebellum home from 1798. And yes, magazine for scroll saw artists, even it has tips and pull out powder bed. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, nothing to see. Even in Illinois and Indiana, please stay safe from the weather. We got some weather coming in. Dang. I'll have to go check the weather out. Better be nice here. I got lots to do. Oh, that's pretty cool, Larry. How much did you get? Carrie got it. Carrie got the camera. All right, let me slow this down here. Let me pay attention to what I'm supposed to be doing here. All right, here we go. Now, this one is going to be Fat Bat 0.66, and we'll figure out something for the middle here. We'll see how this one screams at us. So now we're going to do a baseball bat, but we're going to come back a little bit because she wants a fat bat. I love these super chunky blanks from DPP because you can do so much with them for somebody who wants a thick finger hole. And she does make two sizes of the same thing. So you can get a smaller blank if you got a smaller finger hole. Or if you got a larger finger hole, then you want to get the bigger blank. All right, we're at 0.74. This one's also going to be good. Look at all the clear in that. Oh, yeah. It's going to be very nice. Down to 0.70. Getting close. .66 on the money. Now, we're going to round this outside here, and this is actually way too thick for what she wants and what she needs, but it gives me the opportunity to cut it back and make it just the right thickness should something go wrong on the first 1/8 inch of the end. And that has happened before, that something chips off the end here and I got to go a little further deeper. I need all this extra room. So that's going to be gorgeous there. And now we're just going to start taking some of this away here. And the idea is this is supposed to look like the end of a child's play bat. You know, that little plastic ball and bat you buy them when they're kids? That's what this is supposed to look like. That's why we call it the fat bat. There you go. Look at that. It's a fat bat. Let's see. Had to figure out what, yeah, Carrie, good job. Bella the Bee says, LOL. Howdy, Carrie. So Larry says about 8 inches long and 6 inches wide. It's a small piece. Actually, that's a lot of pens. Wow. Yeah, I'd do all the 6-inch part. I'd probably even cut it smaller just to get as much as you could from it. Yeah, you're going to get a lot from that, Larry. You're going to get a lot. Hey, Connie, how we doing? Oh, that's nice, Larry. I'm glad I could teach you just a little bit, what little I know. The little suckers hurt. Yes, they do hurt. That plastic, that'll smack you right in the teeth, boy. Woo. Get hit on the thigh one of those, and you will know it. And you'll have a welt. But that's what the fat bat's supposed to look like. It's supposed to look like a children's plastic bat end. You know, Larry, I go to the woodworking store like Rockler or Woodcraft or whatever when they have their little days where they have the vendors in and stuff or guys turning, and I'm always asking questions, which tools they like, what can they do with that certain tool, that kind of thing. Because remember, I'm still learning, still trying to figure it all out. I'm good at a couple of tools, but there's a lot of tools to be had. That's a 0.7 right there. A little bit more to go. And once I get a little bit further ahead, I can join my buddy Doc for some more leather working classes. Used to go to those early on Sunday morning, but man, I'm just so backlogged that I need those 4 or 5 hours for turning. Try to make a dent in the pile. There we go. And everybody's so graciously patient. That's what's nice. Nobody's beating down the door. Everybody gets it. I was talking to my friends at Lady Lathe last night, and they're the same way. They're just backed up. Just backed up. Okay, let's see how we're doing here. By the way, the new contest pin, I've turned mine in. So Lady Lathe soon will have voting. I think they're going to post them tonight, I thought. Maybe tomorrow. So watch out for that. And the theme is neon colored pens. So we did a neon pen, of course. Can't tell you much about it because I don't want to cheat as much as I want to win and beat those ladies. But they keep beating me because, you know, quite frankly, they're pretty dang good. And they're very nice ladies, too. Very nice ladies. What's that, babe? Did I what? I can't hear you. No, I don't know if it's up yet. I haven't checked since I started tonight, but yeah. And Dana would put it up. It's not there yet, Carrie says. So nothing to see yet. A little ridge right there. There we go. And that's what makes it look like that baseball bat. Beautiful. Let's see. Let me catch up. That little sucker. Yeah, it does hurt. Connie's in the house. 13 years, 7 likes. Hit that like button. Thanks, Joe. Larry says, I am. That's awesome. Good evening, all. Hello, Jackie JB. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for the reminder, Joe. Oh, yeah, Joe forgets. Yep. Go, Larry, go. Me to still learning for some that didn't know how to read a tape measure. Yes, sir, Larry. Everybody's somewhere. Raccoon eyes. I'm an 80s kid, so I love neon. There you go. I was a 60s kid, so I love black lights with neon posters. You know, Larry, what I would do is stabilize that wood before you turn it. Get someone to stabilize it for you. And that way you get rid of that brittle problem because all the air gaps are now going to be filled with resin. This is going to be gorgeous. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I got some tulle going through this way right here. And I got this really brilliant prismatic violet, I guess you'd call that. And there's some cool patterning going down here that goes through the tulle. So it looks like the resin, the colored resin went through the tulle. That makes a pretty cool pattern. A little bit of glitter in there. I think I'm going to do interceptor on this one because that'll give it some curves without really interrupting that gorgeousness. Let's see. There's the center. And let's come out about, we'll do 7/8. I think that's pretty good there. There we go. So let's see. I'll have to be real careful. Yeah, stabilize. How do you stabilize wood? So it's a process, and essentially what you do, and let's take a break for a second. I'll turn that off for a second. You use this, I'm getting ready to stabilize this summer because I have been preparing, buying stuff, dyeing some wood and stuff like that. But essentially you use this wood, this stuff called cactus juice. You should be able to see that once it focuses in on there. This cactus juice is a stabilizing resin. It hardens punky, soft wood. It makes wood more resistant to changes in moisture content and all the other junk, very low foaming, etc. But what happens is, Joe, is you put the wood under the level of this cactus juice. So you put it in a jar, and the wood is held down by like a plastic disc, and then you put it under vacuum underneath the cactus juice. So it's fully submerged. The vacuum pump probably takes about 2 or 3 days to finally pull all the air out of this blank that's sitting underneath the resin. And the resin never gets hard, it's just fully liquid. So then what happens is when you release the vacuum and the air pressure re-enters the jar, it's pushing down on the top of the resin. But guess what? The air cannot get to the blank. So what gets pushed into the blank is all the resin. And then you take and it takes another 2 or 3 days to fully get that integrated in there. Whatever it took to pull the air out, it takes just as long to push the resin in. And then you take it out, you drain it, and you put it in a oven for stabilizing. So now what hardens this particular resin is heat. And then you cook it for a while, 250 degrees for a number of hours, and you take it out, and it is a fully stabilized piece of wood. No, stain does not stabilize. Okay, what was I doing? Interceptor, here we go. Stain just colors the top molecules of the wood layer. All right, cut the top of that dimple off there. So I've got all the stuff to stabilize. I got the vacuum pump, I got the jars, I got the dye, I got the stabilizing juice, I got the wood. It's just another one of those projects I'm gonna have to find some time for. But yes, Larry, I would stabilize that wood because it's very old and probably very dry. And that way it will turn beautifully. Well, you can hold off. You're probably not turning real quickly, but as I get my stuff going, I will let you know when I get it rolling. And then you can mail that to me, and I will stabilize it and send it back to you. I'll just add it to a pile that I'm doing. But it might be some absolutely gorgeous wood, and you'd hate to ruin that, you know. But I need about 10 extra hours so that I can straighten up part of the shop. I've been reorganizing. I got this nice big metal rack that was, the wire rack that was underutilized, and I'm more utilizing it better now, clearing off my work table. And I'm going to put a smaller work table in there. That'll give me a little more room, floor room, if you will. There we go. That was looking a little bit large. There we go. Time to finish this up. Yeah, it's quite the process, Joe. A lot of fun, and I can't wait to get into it because I have got some wild colors to stain some wood, and I have been buying beautiful wood, some incredible burl, incredible. I got some things I think I have to make knife handles out of because the wave of the chatoyance is too big for just a regular pen. It wouldn't show very well because it's too broad. But I'll probably make knife handles out of that, or maybe even a cutting board. Oh, that would look so gorgeous. I got the vacuum pump, the jars, the stain, the cactus juice. Just can't wait to get rolling. I even got the oven. It's a smoker, and it's pretty cool. And I got the little area over there by the other workbench to get it all set up. I just got to get going. I need more minutes in the day, Joe, Larry. If you guys can find some extra time out there and pass it my way, that would be awesome. The older I get, the more curious I get. I want to do everything, want to figure it out, want to learn it. And I'm not going to be one of those guys that sits down when I finally retire again and watches TV because, there ain't nothing on. Now, this is a funny blanket. Fools you because you can still feel the tiny ends of that tool sticking through. I'd imagine that'd be quite the archive, Larry. Archive of magazines. Let's get a new piece of paper here. Joe, I'm probably a lot like him. I enjoy doing things. I enjoy making things. I enjoy entertaining people. I enjoy talking with people and learning from them. Even though I've got some pretty good beliefs and a good core set of what I'm doing, it ain't complete. I'm still learning. There's so much out there in the world I could never learn it before I die. But I'm going to learn a bunch of it anyway. Larry will be right back. Yep, he just rebuilt something all by himself. Can't see it yet. It has to scroll up a little bit. It's got that little heart on it. If I like this channel, does that thing go away? Oh no, it expands into a like, a face, a fireworks treat, 100, and that kind of stuff. So that doesn't go away. Oh, an engine. Heck yeah. And you know what, Joe? It's not hard. You just got to learn it one piece at a time. Hey, Scrap and Sylvia. There's your buddy, Joe. Scrap and Sylvia is in the house. That sounds like a YouTube channel if I ever heard one. Everybody better go join that one. All right. Oh, that's right. You guys were at that little meetup down there in Dallas with the diamond painting community. Isn't that great? Just when you think you're not going to meet new people at the end of your life, you're like, gee whiz, join the diamond painting community. You'll meet thousands of people. Oh, yes. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, yes. This is scope worthy here. There's some cool stuff happening on this end. And this end's pretty clear, and it's got some stuff happening there too. But man, you could see into the middle of this all over. I love that. That is cool. Okay, here we go. Over to the scope. Hopefully, I remember to put it back this time. Look at that pattern. That, and I'm not sure it's exactly tulle, but it definitely is some kind of netting that looks like tulle. But that pattern was the resin passing through. You can sort of see that netting right there. See that? Pretty cool patterning in there. Very nice. Very subtle colors, gray, white, and a little bit of color changing violet. Looks pretty cool. Now this blank looks familiar. Carrie, did I make a e-painter out of a blank like this for you? Let me turn the camera back. I even remembered. I looked at my screen. Oh.
was this one that was little.
Scrap and Sylvia. The divas are in the house. The Dallas, is that what it's called, Joe? Dallas DP Divas? No doubt about it.
This one.
Mary, you need to join that Dallas one. Mary's a diamond painting diva too. Oh, Carrie says we all are. So am I a diva?
No.
Oh, she says no.
There's this one. He did.
Oh, so here's one here. Oh, yeah, Joe. This one has the dimple.
I might get used to using that one. I think I forget what we did.
Loose.
Oh, the thing was loose. That's right. I think you fixed that, didn't you?
Yep.
Isn't that pretty?
There you go. I am not a diva, so says Carrie. Welcome back, Larry. Full speed blower on. Here we go. Super smooth. Oh, no, Belle of the Beach. You need a diamond paint. Okay. Slow down a little bit. And now this one here, this is a green, blue, gold, cream swirl, rounded, pointy. All right, here we go. All right, let's see how we're doing for a measurement here. We are at 0.69, almost there. 0.03 away. Point 0.67. Very close. Couple of molecules shaved off and we'll be there. Yeah, Mary's not in Texas. Couple of minutes from Texas. All right, let's see how we're doing for a measurement on this end. It still looks a little fat. Yeah, it's a 0.71. Take a little more off here. This was more than a couple molecules. Point 0.6. Looks like 6.5. We'll leave it right there. Sanding will take that down perfectly. Okay. Get this all straightened up here. And we'll shorten that up just a little bit. There we go. Beautiful. All right. Good angle on there, too. Pretty much matches that one. We'll take a little bit more off to make it match perfectly. Another gorgeous blank. This has got green, purple, white, gold, glitter, gold flake, and some clear. I wish there was a big chunk of gold right in the middle. We could make, what do we call that, Joe? The jewel or something? Jackie J.B. Zanesville. I grew up in Wheeling, West Virginia. I know Zanesville well. Back in the day, used to go to the Cadiz Oil and Gas Festival. I went up to Wooster, Ohio, to Wooster College because it wasn't Worcester University yet. Back in the 70s to a church camp. They hosted it there. Is that the right size? Let's see. 2 3/4. Yeah, 2 3/4. Pretty good. Get that wheeling feeling. I sang on the stage of the jamboree before they had that thing out there in the what do they call that, jamboree in the hills now out there in Ohio. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm going to do a new one on this one here. I'm going to invent a new turning, a little inspiration here. Let me get this top all blacked out so I can find the center. Beautiful. I'm going to put one 3/4 out, 3/4 out. Beautiful. Here we go. I have been around the Youngstown Chagrin Falls, absolutely. As a youth, back in the 70s, I left Wheeling in 1979 when I joined the Navy. Half of my high school class is in Pittsburgh, and the other half is scattered between Wheeling and Columbus. And I left 46 years ago and been back 5 or 6 times. Nice. Nice. Very cool, Larry. Youngstown's over towards Pittsburgh and Wheeling and all that kind of stuff, eastern part of the state. It's a totally new one, Joe. Sorry for being so quiet, everybody. Concentrating on this because one slip up and it's a goner. I'm sweating right now, stretching my abilities. Got to turn the fan on here. Whew. Toasty. Not sure I could grip this tool any harder. Not bad. Ah, that air feels good. Woo. I don't know what we're going to call this one, Joe. What do you think, Larry? It's got 3 tires and 2 balls. All right, that looks pretty cool. Woo! That might be pretty nifty. Blower off, lathe back on. Let's get the diaper in place. Let's see, about an hour outside of Columbus. Yeah, my oldest is in Fuqua Varina. I don't know what that is. Is that a town? A college? My boyfriend does a lot of work in Columbus. Yeah, yep, that's where he is right now. Zanesville is famous for its Y Bridge. Oh, yes. Our son lives in Little Turtle, which is really a kind of suburb of Columbus. We go there to visit, prefer small towns. Absolutely. Ohio is beautiful with small towns. We had a Coast Guard base there, 69 miles from Nag's Head. Oh, yeah, that would be excellent. Yeah, Outer Banks kind of thing. 40 miles also in Portsmouth Hospital Navy. Oh, yeah. 63rd, 0. Oh, that's not good. Wow, Larry. Oh, yeah. It grew as you grew. Yep. Columbus is very busy. Columbus is a fantastic town. One of the more stable cities in all of the U.S. Note that Toledo is not great, but as busy as Columbus. Yeah. Yeah, I prefer country living too. Yeah, it didn't break it, thank goodness. Oh, Joe, bald tires. That's what she wants to call it, bald tires. That's funny. Okay, let me get busy back here, and you guys think about what we're going to call this here. I'll figure out how to finish it. Bald tires. It's not bad, Joe. Could call it 2 balls and 3 rings. But yeah, I know what you're going there, Joe. Never mind. That one didn't work. It just came out, didn't even pass my brain. Oh, down in South North Carolina. Cool. All right, I sort of like this. It's quite decorative. It almost looks like a Christmas ornament, I think. I mean, not exactly, but resembles, those little patterns on a Christmas ornament. Don't know what the heck I was going for, but I just wanted to shake it up a little bit. Yeah, bald tires is pretty cool. Bald tires. Joe, look at you. You're just naming stuff now. You know, Joe, the trays are sort of like the E-Pen. Trays, we did a couple, and then we're doing a lot. And then those E-Pens, we did one or two. You got the first one, second one, third one. I can't remember how many you got. You got a few now. But all of a sudden, I think we sold about 20 of those now. That's crazy. And they come out really nice. I like the bee stinger. I don't know how I came up with that name. It just looked like the rear end of a cartoon bee. Yes, Joe, you are on fire. Great balls of tire. Oh, my goodness. Joe, you are on fire. That is it. This is great balls of tire. Got 3 tires and 2 balls. That is perfect. Carrie, take that note down. Great balls of tire. Gosh, Joe, that is freaking awesome. That I'm glad I told you about the Tower Burger. That got you all fired up. Telling you, Joe, that burger. Whoo! What was that barbecue sauce? Chipotle something barbecue sauce. Honey chipotle or chipotle honey? I can't remember the name of it. But I love chipotle because it's a jalapeno. It's a dry smoked jalapeno. That's the flavor that's left over. So it's got that jalapeno flavor in it, which I love. I don't like a lot of jalapeno heat, but I do love the flavor. Honey chipotle, yeah, yeah. I bet you can come up with that pretty nice. It definitely was a more orangey looking barbecue sauce than red or dark or anything like that. So definitely some tomato ketchup in there, some honey, probably some spices and stuff, and then some chipotle paste. I guess you do that after you honey or dry smoke the jalapenos. I guess you could grind them into a paste. Just get rid of all that white fleshy stuff on the inside because that's where a lot of the capsaicin is trapped, and that's all the heat. Unless you want a lot of heat. I like a little heat. I don't like a lot of heat. That honey chipotle was perfect, absolutely perfect. And they buy it from somewhere. They buy it from a dealer. They get a big bucket of it, kind of thing. So it probably comes in on the Cisco truck or something like that. They didn't mix it up themselves there. They buy it. Heck, you might get it at Sam's Club. Who knows? Or Costco. And candied jalapenos, those are actually pretty easy to make. I was reading the recipe. And Joe's a wizard chef, so she'll be cranking that stuff up for hubby in no time. And he'll be going, Joe, what did you do to my burger? This is amazing. I can hear him now. I don't even know what he sounds like. Fired up. No pun intended. Yeah, ma'am. Great balls of tire. I love it. All we needed was Jerry Lee Lewis to lead us to the promised land, huh, Joe? All right. We got a loose piece of glitter right around here. There it is, right there. I could feel it. It's a little piece of glitter that doesn't want to sand, finish, or go away. So all we can do at that point is cut it off. There we go. And you can see that piece of glitter shine right there. It just had a little piece of resin on top of it that didn't want to come off. And that rag, as I'm polishing it, will pick up those little pieces of loose resin. All right, this looks pretty cool. We're going to look at this new turn underneath the scope, of course. Yeah, this is tell you, it's a breath of fresh air to get a new dropper in your channel, because they just bring a different flavor, right? They see things differently. And there it is, folks. Great balls of fire. Great color. Great color. All right. This last one here is pinks with heart glitter. This is going to be incredible when we're done with this one. Well, they're all incredible, but this one's going to be gorgeous too. Rounded 0.66. And then we'll figure out something to do with the middle. Let me get the camera back in the right position. US 16 megapixel camera. All right. Should be switching over there. We don't have to make this one round because it already is round. And this on the screen is showing up as really white, but it's really got a pink color changing sort of kind of thing going on there. Yeah, you bet, Jackie J. No doubt about it. Some gorgeous blanks here. This one's going to be really pretty too. We're going to lose a bit of this glitter on the outside here, but there's some deep in there because this is a clear section right here, sort of in a V. We're going to open it up on this side a little bit too, so there's clear right behind that. And of course, it's clear on that end. Okay. So we're going to do this one. It's going to be rounded and 0.66. See where we're getting down to. We're still a little fat. Yeah, we're at about a 0.74. All right, let's start making this one round now. 0.66, perfect down there. We'll round this end over here a little bit, make it nice and rounded. We'll slow this down and get us a nice edge on there. Beautiful. All right. Back up to speed. And remember, when you're turning these blanks, you never know what's on the inside. And that's the funnest part of turning for me, is as we open these up, they change. The colors may be the same, but the patterns are different, the depth, the clarity, and then once you shine it up, wow, baby. Woo! Because everybody tries to commiserate over a blank when they're doing them in a drop. Like, I got to have that one, but it doesn't really matter. You pick your color wave, and what's on the inside is a mystery. .67, so we're just about there. Remember, we were all kids, we played balls and jacks. Does that not look like the cross section of a jack? Am I going to show blanks to buy? Not tonight, but Carrie is gearing up to list a bunch on the website. And Sylvia, if you have a particular color you're looking for, I've got about 400 or 500 blanks that we have purchased over the last year and a half over there that Carrie goes through to pick out the blank based upon what people are looking for color waves. And she's starting to get just a little bit more time now to start listing stuff up. Like that one you bought, she literally just put it up there, and she goes, "Hey, Sylvia just bought this thing off there." I go, "What does she want?" "She wants an E-pen." I said, "Well, heck, that'll make an awesome E-pen pen." So yeah, we just, it's just me and her. We're just having a good time. And but if you need something, just let her know, and she'll pull out 5 or 8 blanks, and you can choose from them. She'll show you all 4 sides, do a little video showing. Or you could say right now, "I want this color wave," and she'll pop into the shop and go through some blanks and figure it out. Let's see. I think this one's just going to get a mustache today. We're just going to do a mustache on this baby because it looks like a mustache, doesn't it? Normally she does that on Thrilling Thursday, but last night we had our leopard leap thing, and then we just took the night off, and I got a little caught up on The Handmaid's Tale. I am on season 2, episode 3. I'm way behind, as you can tell. What am I, 6 years behind Joe? Sylvia? 7 years behind Mary? Something like that. Everybody's talking about season 6, and I haven't even watched season 1, so I started watching about a month ago. Interesting story. Completely unbelievable because of a lot of contextual things, but nevertheless a good story. Oh yeah, this is gonna be gorgeous. Oh, this streak right through here of this clarity, when I shine that up, oh my goodness. Yeah, The Handmaid's Tale could never happen because I have too many guns. Me and my buddies, we got some guns. Oh, maybe it would happen and we'd all be dead. That could be. Yeah, I think Carrie just finished the new season or something like that. What were you saying, Joe? Not quite that much, but free. Feel free to put others ahead of me. No, we do them as they come in. It wouldn't be fair to just jump people around. So as they come in, we get them done. I think in timing wise, because we got so overwhelmed, is that I think we're probably, and I hate to know what exactly, but 7 to 9 weeks. And last week, I think I gained a few days of timing. And this weekend, I hope to gain a couple of more days of timing. So maybe I'll be back to about 6 to 7 or 6 to 8 weeks kind of thing. But yeah, it's hard to judge because, I got business, I got travel, then I got them dang kidney stones. And then I had to rush to Roscommon, Michigan and have a tower burger and French onion soup. That got in the way. Got nothing done up there but playing games while Carrie was diamond painting and talking to T-Ma and Mary and Bud and Lindsay and Michelle and Caitlin and Berta and whoever else was there. A bunch of people there. Ooh, that feels smooth. Nice. Yeah, this one is going to be subtly gorgeous. It's going to look just sort of white and pink, but then when you really start looking at it, it's really going to come through. It's going to be very pretty. I'm going to get another one of that same grade of sandpaper and hit it again because it's just about perfect. I'm going to get this end a little smoother because it's got a lot of glitter sticking out of it. So you got to spend a little more love time on this end here, getting it nice and smooth where your fingers are going to caress it while you're diamond painting. Ah, very nice. The rest of it was pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, it is. No, you know what's funny, Joe, is I haven't had a I started kidney stones about 2000, I think it was. That was my first one. And then I had, you know, for a year, I had 2 or 3 bouts of it. Mine are generally small, pass easily, um, but they get stuck right there where the whatever that tube is, it ureter that comes down from the kidney to the bladder, and there's a little tiny hole there. Whatever that is called, that's where mine gets stuck, and most everybody else's too. So my tubes don't get blocked; they flow nicely through whatever that tube is down to my bladder, but they get stuck on the back of the bladder, create the pressure. And that is no fun. And you can never get comfortable. That's the worst part. And everybody knows I'm not the first person to have kidney stones, so no big deal. But yeah, and I had them for a few times, and then for 10 years, I think it's been 10 years since I had a kidney stone last. And then I know it immediately. It was right after the live. It was about 8:30. We ended about 8 or 8:05 or so, and I just went and sit at my desk for a minute. Carrie was gone to the grandkids. I'm like, okay, I'm going to play a little game. I'm going to watch a little TV, go to bed, get up in the morning, have a really productive weekend because it was the pre-retreat weekend. And man alive, it just came on like a button. I'm like, oh no. So I sat there for about 3 hours just thinking, okay, this will pass and I'll be fine. But it didn't. So I eventually went to the hospital or the emergency room, and they did their thing and sent me home got some drugs from Walgreens. And I think I got finally home about 5 a.m. in bed, and took a hydrocodone and the tamsulosin, which is supposed to help them flow, and then an 800 milligram ibuprofen and something else. It gave me 4 things. I don't remember what they were, but slept like a baby. You know, once a drug kicks in, you don't really care that it hurts. And I woke up at 2 in the afternoon. I said, oh, that day's shot. Still had the pain, took more drugs, was up for a while, went to bed about midnight, got up at whatever the next morning. And finally, I started feeling better Sunday evening, and then went to bed with no drugs, just some ibuprofen. Woke up in the morning, all gone. So hopefully they'll be gone for 10 more years. Oh, yes, this is gorgeous. Oh, my goodness. You can see straight through that pen to the other side. Where do you see that on the scope? That is just gorgeous. Very good color changing. It's a violet to pearl. I'm not sure if that shows up on there very well, but it certainly will in the thing. Doctor said no more Dr. Pepper. You know what's funny is they don't know what causes kidney stones, but they know what kidney stones are made of. So they tell you all these things, but I've been, drinking Coke Zero, and I drank Diet Dr. Pepper for a long time and never had any with that. So I don't know what it was. Yeah, women say they'd rather have another baby than have another kidney stone, which is not good. Yeah, not good. Let's go over to the leopard scope here. Check this one out. This is gorgeous. Beautiful pink. Beautiful. All right, I got it dialed in. Okay, so here is the end with the glitter. And you can see through that just a little bit. And then you can see that color changing pearl and violet. Beautiful stuff. Lots of this cool glitter in there, but right here, right on this side here, you can see through the pen. See that? I love that. You can see through to the other side, all the way through. That, again, you guys know how I love the 3-dimensionality. I love all the colors, but I love when you can see through the pen and it looks that fantastic. Look at that color changing violet pearl. Beautiful. All the way down to this little pearly end right there. Good job, DPP. My goodness, just beautiful. So let's review her pens, because she got, I think, one of almost every end we make. I'm sure there's one or two others that, like Christina Carr will have me make. She has that 7/8 inch long pointy thing, and then she's got one or two others that are. She's got an extended pointy baseball bat. Okay, let me flip over to the other camera again. You had your two natural too. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And again, I mean, I'm glad women have to have the babies, because us men are just a little too wimpy. You can tell when we get kidney stones. It ain't pretty. There we go. A gorgeous selection of pens. Got this mauve, or what did she call it? Dang, what was that called? It was called, I want to say cinnamon, but that's wrong. Cranberry mauve. This pink with clear, or pink glitter with clear and color changing pearl to violet. That's pretty cool. And then this green, purple, gold, white kind of thing. And then this subtle gray, with a little bit of the color changing in there. And gray, white, and it's got clear, and it's got that netting in it. I think it's called tulle, but it looks a little coarse for tulle. Of course, I don't really know. Yeah, so those are Carrie's. Let me get all this stuff out of the way so we can see. Beautiful. I love them. I didn't know I was under the camera enough. All 5 1/4 inches long, give or take. This one's a little shorter than the rest. Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Love it, love it, love it. Now I can take hers, put it back in the packet. See, I don't know if you guys ever saw the packet. Let's go to the work table here. As you can see, we're getting ready to make trays. But let's flip over to that work table. I think it's that one there. Nope, that's the leather table. Probably that one right there. Here we go. So this is the packet. It comes with blanks. It comes with the instructions for me to follow. So you can see that you could open those up, and it tells me everything I need to do. And when I'm all done, these go back in the packet. And then the next step is to buff them, chamfer the holes on the ends, and then clean them out with alcohol, which is why we have the alcohol here. And a little thing and Q-tips, because we do that. So that's a packet. And we've got, I'll show you the orders standing right now. I'll show you, I've got 3 of these buckets, but this is one of the buckets. So it's got all these orders in here from all these customers. And there's another one just like this. And then there's another one that's like this, but each one has at least 7 blanks in it. And there's about 9 of those in that bucket. That's called the franchise bucket. And those are the ones I do on the Premiere. So yeah, we are having a good time. A little bit behind, but you guys are loving it. You're very patient, very wonderful. And we get the opportunity to play and make gorgeousness, quite frankly. All right, let me get this over there. There we go. Anyway, let's go back to the most important camera right there. Let's see. Let's catch up on the things there. Joe had one when she was 26, worse than childbirth. Yes, that's what I heard. Yeah, men don't want to know what childbirth is like. We watch the ladies. I was there for all my kids being born. And Carrie was having less fun than I was, but I was also in mental pain going, oh my goodness, can we get this over quick? First 2 natural, gorgeous. Yep, Mary had hers 2 natural. That's very lucky, very wonderful. My doctor was late because he was delivering a cow. Joe, was your doctor a veterinarian? That's very odd. Or was it his own cow on his own farm? How much does the blanks cost without turning service? Larry, you can buy blanks out there from anywhere from $10 to, I think, $50. And the $50 ones are the polymer clay pen blanks and stuff like that that are now encapsulated in resin so that you can turn it for a diamond painting pen. But I would say most are 10 to 12. And there's just all kind of places out there you can get them. They even sell some at the woodworking stores. You can go to woodcraft.com or rockler.com. I don't recommend those because they're made of acrylic, and I really like, or acrylate. They're made of acrylate or some kind of funny name, some patented name. Yeah, the green is amazing, Jackie, no doubt. But they're all over the place. Joe or Larry, you can go to cocoonblanks.net. You can go to Jacob Janssen, Jakob Janssen. He's an Ohio man. He lives up near Akron. But Jacob Janssen, you can go to All Things Handcrafted on Facebook. His are a little bit 10. They come around. Blanks by DPP. I think they're on Etsy. Or you can just go to Etsy and type pen blanks or diamond pen blanks or something. Had a cow. Oh, it's a cow on his farm. Good. I was going to say, Joe, gee whiz, you could get a regular doctor down there in Dallas, right? Of course, you probably weren't in Dallas. You're probably in Oklahoma. Yeah. Anyway, everybody, have a fabulous evening. I'll give the rest of it back to you. It was absolutely a pleasure having you all here tonight. I will see you again tomorrow evening. Watch for the premieres throughout the day tomorrow, and we'll talk to you soon. Everybody have a good night. Bye-bye.